You keep thinking that you have a ghost that like followed you from your house, he tells me.
I always say, like, every house that I have been in, I feel like there's somebody there. Leave me alone.
He just said to me, it's me and James, it's me and James, he said to me. First of all, I have a young man that's here that's in spirit that's trying to come through, and he's taking responsibility for his passing.
I've had a couple of friends who've taken their own lives.
This soul is here, but you're telling me it was a friend. I felt like there's a love connection here. Was that an ex-boyfriend of yours that passed?
No, we were really good friends growing up.
How good? Because I gotta tell you, he's here when I'm connecting with him on the other side. And I'm also hearing James. Who the hell was James?
A friend that was killed in a car accident.
He's here with James. You're telling me really good, okay? But I'm telling you right now, I think he had a crush on you here in the physical world.
Yeah.
Did he like you or want to date you?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, you're gonna know that as a medium, your loved one, I'm not Jerry Springer, but your loved ones tell me the whole truth, okay, nothing but the truth. This is why I don't listen to the living, I listen to the dead, because the dead don't lie. And he's coming through, and you're trying to sidetrack me, pretend like you don't know who he is, but he's stepping forward, and he also said to me, tell her I'm with James, tell her I'm with James. So the fact that those were your two best friends and they died, they're both here, right here and now. Were you a skeptic beforehand, or have you just never been to a medium?
No, I've been to and he had came through because she said that she kept hearing somebody and his laugh was funny and he was a sweet guy, and that was the last time. That was years ago. I'm
going to tell you, he's here again. Listen, I can't change who comes through, right? And you're going to know that all mediums, we all talk to the same people on the other side. And he shows me that he's been like a guardian angel watching over you here in this world because he loved you so much when I'm connecting with him. This is actually a really tough reading to do because he was a good person when I'm speaking to him. But he says to me, Matt, I got involved in the wrong things. He says, and what's so tough is that after he died, you discovered a totally different version of himself. And what's tough is that he tells me that you almost didn't believe how he had died and what had happened. You thought that there was more, always thought there was more to the story. Because when I'm connecting with him, he keeps saying to me, Matt, please apologize to her. Please tell her I'm sorry for the way that she found out how I died. I have to tell you that when I'm connecting with him, he's telling me this. He says, Matt, he says, first of all, please let her know that when I was young, this is when this had all started. He tells me that he had a really tough time with anxiety here in this world when I'm speaking to him. He tells me that from the moment that he was in school, he tells me he used to get these constant anxiety attacks that were really, really bad here in this world. Do you remember him talking to you about that?
Yeah.
And he says to me, Matt, when I had my anxiety attacks, he's like, I used to become like a different person here in this world. And he also says to me when I'm connecting with him that because of his constant anxiety and the stress of his life, he says, I did something I wasn't supposed to do. He tells me that he had some addiction issues that he was fighting here in the physical world.
Yeah, he was really in a dark place.
He shows me. I just saw his soul, okay, before he had died. He shows me him walking the street when I'm connecting with him. And what I mean by that, it shows me that he either got thrown out of the place he was living or had to leave where he was before he had died. Because he said to me, Matt, I was almost homeless. And he just showed me walking up and down the street. And then he shows me that I know how he had died. He tells me that the day that he died, he had a nervous breakdown here in this world. He says, and Matt, he says, I lost my life because of rage and because of the fact that I was a different person when I died. I was on different things and it was causing me to screw up my life and to screw up who I was. He says, Matt, please let her know that I watch over all of my friends here in this world, including her. And he also tells me that he's the soul that you keep feeling with you, because he tells me that you keep feeling like this soul that's with you or that's like haunting you. And you keep thinking that you have a ghost that like followed you from your house, he tells me.
I always say, like, every house that I have been in, I feel like there's somebody there. Like just the other night, my dog was like losing her mind. And I'm like, somebody's here. And it was just, it's crazy. Like I feel somebody sometimes like touch my back or just random stuff. And I'm always like, all right, let me go. Leave me alone.
He just said to me, it's me and James, he said to me. So know that it's his way of acknowledging that not only did you lose him, but James is there as well, because when I'm connecting, both of those souls are here and watching over you.
So once James passed away, I was like, oh, now him and Trav can be back together again. Because
isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that the first name I told you was him? letting you know that he did make it back to the other side with him on the other side. They are with you. Those were the most two important people that you lost in your friend group, and know that they're both here, letting you know don't be fearful anymore. Because what's really tough is this. He's telling me that you've also been going through anxieties yourself. You've been going through such hurt and such pain, and you've been trying to keep it in, but it's really been bothering you. And you're like, I can't deal with this. He said to me, he's coming through right now with a warning. Because he says, Matt, I don't want her to go through the same thing that I went through. He says to me, Matt, there is nothing wrong with her, because he tells me that you keep thinking, do I have bipolar? Am I having anxiety? What is going on? Why do I feel this way? He says, please let her know that she's normal. He says, tell her that she just takes on way too much at once. He says, and sometimes the only things that you can worry about are the things that are going on directly with you. So he says, Matt, please tell her, don't hold it all in, work through it. He says, and know that I am there to help her. All right. I really hope that this helped you today. And I'm going to leave you guys with that.